Hi everyone, welcome to this new lecture of hydraulic machines. In this lecture, we will discuss the working principle of reciprocating pump. So up to now we have discussed about the centrifugal pump and now we'll discuss about reciprocating pump. So before discussing the reciprocating pump, just I'll give a brief idea about the pump, how it is working and what is pump. So in the previous also we have discussed about the pump. So pump is actually, this is a mechanical device. This is a mechanical device, or we can say it is a part of hydraulic machine in which the mechanical energy is converted into hydraulic energy, or the hydraulic energy that will be converted, which is converted from mechanical energy, also a part of pressure energy, or we can say that the mechanical energy which is converted to hydraulic energy, so it will be in the form of pressure energy. Okay, so hydraulic in the sense that we'll consider about the liquid. Okay, and the liquid we can consider any kind of it may be any types. So suppose the pressure energy, what we told, it will develop the pressure in the, or it will create more pressure in the fluid. That's why the mechanical energy, when it is converted to hydraulic energy, it will create more pressure in the fluid. So we can write the mechanical energy that pump is a mechanical device. So first things we can write, pump is a mechanical device or a part of, you can say, a part of hydraulic machines. So we have seen that in the hydraulic machine, it is basically two types are there. One is pump, another one is turbine. So this is also a part of hydraulic machine, and in which that mechanical energy, let me write, that mechanical energy is converted into hydraulic energy, and hydraulic energy that will be in the form of, like as I told you, pressure energy. So it will create more pressure in the liquid, so that pressure will be developed in the liquid. So in the centrifugal pump, what we have discussed, centrifugal pump actually basically the mechanical energy which is converted into hydraulic energy, that took the help of centrifugal force. That's why it is called centrifugal pump. But here in the reciprocating pump, the mechanical energy will be converted to hydraulic energy or pressure energy, we can say, by lifting the fluid, by lifting the water or fluid. Okay, and suppose here this is the diagram of reciprocating pump, what I have taken from the book. So if you see, this is our sump level. So the water will be started lifted, okay, from this sump level to this cylinder. Okay, so what I mean to say, when the mechanical energy is converted into hydraulic energy in the form of pressure energy by lifting the liquid, okay, and that will be supplied to the cylinder. Okay, in the cylinder in which you can see piston is there and other accessories are there. So the piston will move reciprocating motion. So reciprocating motion in the sense that moving forward and backward direction, and due to that it will exert a force, or it will creates a thrust on the liquid, and that will increase the hydraulic energy, and this pump actually known as reciprocating pump. Though the piston is moving in the reciprocating way, moving forward and backward directions, so that's why it is called reciprocating pump. So I hope you understand. That means the liquid which is lifted from the sump level, and that which is moved to the piston cylinder, and in the cylinder piston is there. So due to this liquid movement, and the piston will move forward and backward directions, that's why it is called reciprocating pump. Okay, so this is the definition of reciprocating pump. Now we'll see what are the components are used. Okay, basically what are the components are used in the reciprocating pump. Then we'll see the working principle. I'll tell one by one component how it is working. Components of reciprocating pump. So first one, you can see the basic, the first one, which is nothing but cylinder. So here I'll write the first component is cylinder, which is used here. Okay, along with the cylinder, if you see, we have other parts are there, other components are there, like if I tell you here, so along with the cylinder, yeah, next piston, and which is connected, the piston is connected with the help of piston rod, piston and piston rod. Next, here you can see connecting rod. The piston rod is connected to the connecting rod and crank. So the next one is we can write that is crank, crank and connecting rod. So this is inside the total these are the parts in the pump. Along with this we are also having some other components are there, like if you see this is our sump level. So through the suction pipe, now along with the suction pipe we have a suction valve is there. So here just I'll write suction pipe and valve, suction pipe and suction valve. And the next one, once this the process will be completed here, then the water will be goes to the delivery side. So at that delivery side we have delivery pipe, and this side will have delivery pipe and delivery valve, both are there at the outlet condition if you see. Okay, so these are the components are there which are present in the reciprocating pump. Now we'll see how it is working. Okay, now we'll see how it is working. So I'll tell you the working principle of reciprocating pump. Working of reciprocating pump. So it is having like step by step work is there. Just I'll tell you first how it is working, then I'll write the method steps, so that you can also note down the points that how it is working. First I'll tell the brief description about this. Okay, so in that if you see, this is the reciprocating pump in which it consists of like number of components what I told you here. And now as I told you, the piston moves forward and backward direction. This piston moves forward and backward direction. And this is the cylinder part is there. This is the closed cylinder in which the piston moves. Okay, the piston is fitted into the cylinder and the piston is connected with the help of piston rod. This is the piston rod. Okay, and which is connected to the connected to the crank with the help of connecting rod. So here this is the crank is there if you see, and the crank is actually this is the part of crank. Now the crank is actually that will be rotated. This crank will be started rotating, and how it will be rotated? It will rotate with the help of some external power source. So this crank will be actually, this will be rotated by some external electric motor. So once you start the motor, then this crank will start rotating. Once the crank will start rotating, then this connecting rod will be started rotating. When this will be rotating, then it will move the piston rod forward and backward directions. So this is the working of the crank and connecting rod and the piston. Now when it will start rotating, the motor started and the crank started rotating. So here if you see, the suction pipe and suction valves are there. Okay, when it will start rotating, suction valve and suction pipes, okay, both are connected here. Okay, that will be there here. So the suction and see, when the suction and delivery valves, actually here one suction valve is there and one delivery valve is there. This is actually one way. Okay, only the water can come in, or the water can go out. Okay, reverse direction will be not possible, only one way directions. So as I told you that only it will allow the water to come in and go out from here. So the suction valves, okay, and delivery valves will be like when the water will become, it will be open and this will be closed, and when water enters here, then this will be closed, like this will be open and this will be closed. So how it is happening, that I'll tell you. Now we'll see the working. So in the working, if you see the when the crank started rotating, initially suppose the crank, this is the normal condition. Normal condition in the sense the piston is at this point. The piston is at this point, starting condition, and the crank is at this 0. Suppose this is our 0 degree, and this is 90 degree, and this is 180, and this is our 270, and this is 360, again 360 degree. So like that, total revolution is there. Now let's suppose the crank is in this position. Okay, 0 degree, and this is the center point of this. So when the crank started rotating, so the piston will be start moving. So piston will be moving in the forward directions. The piston is moving in the forward directions. So at that point we can see that crank is at number also like point also given A, B and C, D point. So in the A point, if you see, this is 0 degree. So the crank will start moving from A point to like C point, suppose A point to B, B point to then C. So that means what, the crank, this is the crank is there. This will start moving from A point to C point, like 0 degree, 90 degree, then 180 degree. So similarly, here the piston is there, which is this is the piston part. So the piston will be started from this left to, okay, it will move to the rightward, like in this direction, right side directions. So it will total complete of like one revolution up to here, suppose if you consider, and or you can say that suppose half revolution completed. Okay, then again it will be go one more half revolution, so that it will complete one revolution in the crank. The crank will be complete rotation will be done here. So in the half revolution, if you see, the piston moves from left to right. Suppose this is the left is there and this is our right side. So that crank will move from here to here. So it completed some 0 to 180 degree completion. So in that way, so here what will happen? So here vacuum will be created. So the pressure which is present here, so that will be less. So by the meantime, what will happen in this, like at the sump level, we have atmosphere pressure is there. We know that at the sump level, atmosphere pressure is acting on the fluid. Okay, so though the pressure which is present here, that is less, or suction pressure we can say. So the suction pressure is very less than the atmosphere pressure. So that the water which is present here, that will be automatically lifted up from the sump level to the cylinder. Okay, so when the water started moving, lifting from sump level to cylinder, at that point what will happen? Our piston position is at this right side, total at this right side position at this point. Okay, so that is one like one way work. Okay, in that time our suction valve also opened. Now when the crank will be moved from 180 to 360, like 180 to 270, 270 to 360. That means it will start from here. Okay, then it will complete this revolution. At that point, what will happen? This piston will move from the right side to, like see, this is from left to right, again from right to left, the direction. So now that piston will move from right side to left side, so that the water which is present in the cylinder, that will be started compressing here. So it will create a pressure. By that pressure, this delivery valve will be opened, and meanwhile, as I told you, that suction valve and delivery valve both are in one way direction, so it will be closed now. Okay, and by this pressure which is created by the piston to the water, so this delivery valve will be closed. Then the water will be started moving with the help of delivery pipe and to the destinations. So this is the working of reciprocating pump, how it is working. So I told you that directions from 0 to 180 and 180 to 360 directions. So A point to C point, C point to A point through B and D respectively. So this is about the working principle of reciprocating pump, and like how it is, each component, how it is involved in the working. So I hope you understand. Now just I'll give a small points so that you can note down like how it is working step by step. Also you can write it here. So the working in the sense that I told you that these are the components are there, and first we have a suction stroke will be there. In the suction stroke, what will happen? Suppose first in the suction stroke will be there. First suction stroke let's consider, and then we can say we'll go for the delivery stroke. Delivery stroke will be there. So in the suction stroke we have some like suppose the piston move forward, here the piston will move in this forward direction, suppose. Okay, so piston, we can say, if you consider the piston moves forward. Okay, either you can you can consider from here to here, that is forward direction, or you can consider backward direction. If you are considering this is backward, then this side you need to consider forward. Okay, so this is first one. And by the meanwhile, what will happen? The pressure in this pump that is inside the cylinder, that will be decreased. Okay, then by this when the pressure is decreased here, our suction valve which is present, the suction valve opens. Suction valve opened here, and once suction valve opened, then we can see the liquid which is present in the sump level, that will be lifted off. The liquid lifted off to cylinder. Okay, so these are the process in the when the liquid is lifted up to the piston, then it will start it. Then the delivery stroke, what will happen? The delivery stroke, you can say the piston moving, the piston moves backward. Okay, the piston moves backward. As I told you that you can consider either this direction is a forward direction or this is backward direction, or you can count this is suppose backward, this is forward. You need to consider like moving here and there. So in the delivery stroke, reverse stroke here. So the second is then the pressure inside the liquid in the cylinder, here it is increased. Okay, because it is compressing here. If you see, this is the liquid is compressed with the help of this piston inside the cylinder. So pressure increases at this point. So due to the pressure increased, the our suction valve will be closed here. Okay, suction valve closed, and I can say the delivery valve is open. The delivery valve is open, and finally I can write one point. The liquid will be delivered. Now the liquid delivered through delivery pipe. Through delivery pipe. So this is the procedure what I already told you by details. These are the steps are there. And meanwhile, how it is rotating, that also we can include in this delivery stroke, or in between transition stage also you can write. So these are the basics. Now along with that, just I'll give a highlight about the applications of this, and what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of this reciprocating pump, so that we can if the questions are given in the exam, suppose if the question is asked like what are the applications and what are the advantages or drawbacks are there in the reciprocating pump, in that time we can just mention few points like where it is used. So first of all thing, we can use this in the hydraulic systems. If this is the part of hydraulic machine, so we can say this can be used in the hydraulic system, and basically where we can use that oil and chemical pumping, where the more pressure is required to generate, we can use this pump in that particular place. So also if you want to supply some kind of water to a small building, okay, water supply also we can use, but basically in our home we used to use the centrifugal pump. So along with that also we can write some like boiler. If you see the boiler, that feed water supply, there also we used to use this feed water supply. And wherever high pressure liquids are required, if you see our cleaning shafts are there, vehicle cleaning shafts, there mostly they used to use this cleaning of vehicles. Okay, because in that point we need more pressure, cleaning of vehicles, because pressures required more, pressures high required. In that point also we can use this. So these are the basic applications are there. Now along with this, just I'll mention some advantages. I'll just give some advantages of this, and some disadvantages will be along with that also. Disadvantages will be there, so that also I'll mention here. Just few points we can write. Okay, what are the disadvantages, what are the advantages are there, just we can now understand from this point, like where you can use and what are the benefits. And now in this pump actually it is having high efficiency compared to the centrifugal pump. Okay, at final we'll discuss about the comparison of centrifugal and reciprocating pump, but here I'll just mention you, we have high efficiency here. Okay, and high pressure can be generated here. High pressure of pressure in the fluid can be generated, and the water can be the liquid can be delivered with high pressure. Okay, and we have a constant discharge. We have a constant discharge from this pump. Okay, and along with that also I can write that this pump can can be used for all kind of viscous of fluids. That means different viscosity fluids are there, means we can use this, but in the centrifugal pump it is slightly difficult. Okay, so more viscous fluids can be we can say pumped by this. Okay, even for the small flow rate also we can use this one. Okay, for less flow rate also, less discharge also we can use this. Now we'll discuss about some disadvantages. So disadvantages here we need to consider few points. I'll tell you that this pump will be a little bit heavy. So you can write this pump is a little bit bulk and heavy weight will be there a little bit compared to the centrifugal pump. And also we can say that initially we need to the space area required more here. The space area to installation for this we require more. And for installation and maintenance, two things are there: the cost, initial cost and maintenance cost. Both things I'll write here. Initial cost and maintenance cost both are more. Okay, and next one we can write this will be operated very low speed. Okay, this can be operated very low speed operation is there, and due to this movement of this piston inside the cylinder and connecting rods, we have some sound noise. We have some noise producer like, and noise and vibration will be there also. Along with the noise we have a vibration issues in this, noise and vibration issues. Only for so okay, less discharge, as I told you that less discharge we can use this. For high discharge we cannot use this one. For high discharge we need to go for the centrifugal pump. So these are the points I supposed to inform you, like this is the working principle of reciprocating pump, along with these advantages and applications, disadvantages. So all the things we have discussed regarding the reciprocating pump. If you are having any doubt and query regarding this, you can give a comment on the comment box. Thank you all.